Hi, I'm Ling from Abson.com. Today, I want to talk about how to give feedback to your direct reports, especially feedback that is a little bit more constructive or negative. So first, it's not comfortable naturally to give feedback. So I have a video on how to confidently give feedback, and take a look at that. Maybe it'll help you feel a bit better about giving feedback. And some of the things I would usually do giving feedback is I would do my research to make sure this feedback is not just someone telling me this feedback and then I'm gonna just relay that feedback. I prefer if it's a constructive feedback, if it's something I observe as well, because then I'm able to speak to that feedback as a first-hand observation. If I'm not able to observe, then I will do a little bit of like a 360 feedback. I'll get feedback from other people. I'll try and kind of talk to other folks to kind of go, okay, if they do observe the same thing. So for an example, I'll give you an example of how I might deliver a feedback. So I'm going to sit Joe down and I might say, hey, Joe, I've observed a couple of times in meetings where you've interrupted other team members and started assigning tasks to your peers without their input. Can you talk to me a bit more about that? So when I ask Joe that, it's really to understand his perspective on what had happened and what were his intentions when he did that, so that I can understand a little bit more, which would then help me coach him a little bit better. So he may say yada, 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 because I really want to make sure the team is focused and we get things done, whatever. Or he may come into the realization by himself that he may have taken over a little bit too much, and that is fine. So if he hasn't come to that conclusion, I would say, oh, I see. So when you do that I've observed, it can really erode the team's trust in you. Even though you may have come to that behavior, to those actions with like good intentions, but the way the team is observing from their vantage point, it feels controlling. It feels that you're not respecting them, and it can really not make them feel like they trust you. And then I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna sit, and then I'm gonna see how he responds. He may completely disagree, or he may kind of go, you know what? Wow, I didn't realize that. It's good to know. If he completely disagree, then you may need to probe a little bit more on what are the things he disagree with, and kind of ping pong back and forth to kind of go, okay. It's really to let him understand the impact of those behaviors. It's not about his personality. It's about the actions that he's doing and the negative impact to the team it has resulted. Let's say if he's understanding, okay, no, I did not do all that well. Okay, he understands the feedback is negative. So what I will do next is I'll ask, so what are the different things you would do at the next meeting? So this is really to get him to kind of go, okay, I've gotten feedback. I've realized that I need to change what I'm doing. Then the next thing is, what are some of the things I'm going to do next time? So he may say things, instead of delegating, instead of telling people what to do, I'm going to ask with a question. Hey, how should we tackle this as a team? It might be biting my tongue at the next meeting, trying not to say anything and wait till other people has given their input. Could be that. So the important thing is probe your direct report in terms of what are some things he would do differently next time. Not just you giving him ideas. You can give him ideas only if he's kind of like struggling and he doesn't know. It's best if he can come up with some ways himself. Next is, so the feedback is not over. The meeting may have ended because, he realizes the feedback and he promises to do different things the next time. So the next part is, you go to the next meeting, you observe if he's doing anything differently. And if he is, give him feedback the next meeting in terms of how that went. Give him feedback in terms of, yeah, I noticed you did this. That was great. You were still doing this. So maybe adjust that a little bit. You really want to give him that feedback so that he can make adjustments, because some people may completely go the other way and not talk at all the next meeting. And you want to kind of You want them to kind of go back and forth so that they can really recalibrate after your feedback. So continually to give him that feedback so that it can really be something that will feel a little bit more natural for him over time. Because the first time he does it, it will be, kind of shocking. He won't know what to do. He might try to do something pretty extreme just to recover from that feedback. So your support would be really critical to ensure that your direct report feels supported throughout this whole process and still being given positive and negative feedback so that they can adjust accordingly. So I hope this is helpful. Share this with someone who needs to hear this today. You can reach me at lingabson.com. Thanks. Bye now.